Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be pushing Path of Legends with this Hog Eq 2.6 Hogrider deck. Kind of switching from original 2.6 to this one because of the new double evolutions, and this deck is really good with the Evo Knight and the Evo Skeletons. So I'm currently top 8,500 in the world, so let's hop into some games. First match, we're up against this guy. I'm just going to cycle my Ice Spirit at the bridge and try to figure out what he's running. He goes for Ice Spirit as well. Probably a cycle deck, a Hog deck. So this is either going to be Hog Eq or 2.6. Alright, so it's a Hog Eq matchup. He might have the Bomb Tower, like Mighty Miner Goblins. Like there's lots of different Hog Eq variations. He could also have the same deck as me, but Evo Cracker, Evo Knight, instead of Evo Skellies, Evo Knight. So he's got the Evo Skellies and the Evo Firecracker. Alright, that's a combo I haven't seen before. Just going to Hogrider and EQ for the Bomb Tower. Should be able to get some damage here. I'm just going to Tesla low like this for the Hogrider. And that's a really good start. Up a lot of damage. And I've cycled each of my evolution cards once, so just need to cycle them one more time and I'll have the Evos. I'm pretty sure he's got Evo Larrys as his next Larry, so I just got to be careful for that. And he does have that Mighty Miner, so just going to cycle my Larrys in the back and try to get some Firecracker chip at the bridge. He predicts it and logs it. Yeah, that was a bad play by me. He goes for the Hog as well, so I have to Knight and Tesla like this. I kind of have to let that Firecracker get some damage. I don't know what that Ice Spirit was. And that log was a little bit late by me. Alright, so he does have the Bomb Tower, so I can't really go in for the Evo Larry's push. It's about to be double elixir. I'm just going to Hogrider and EQ these Larrys and the Bomb Tower. Wow, he actually predicts me. But my Hogs, both our Hogs are on the tower. I'm going to log his. And I think I'm going to get more damage here. Alright, nice. I guess that worked out pretty well. Let's see what he wants to do. Mighty Miner opposite lane. Just going to Hogrider, soak this Ice Spirit, and go in at the same time. Alright, nice. I'm just going to Firecracker to start chipping this Mighty Miner down. And we do have to be careful with this defense. He's got the 3-card cycle and an Evo Cracker down. I'm going to Tesla like this. Yeah, we do avoid the EQ. And I'm going to log the Evo Cracker. And it gets us the King to activation, which is really nice. So I'm probably just going to try to EQ cycle him out. I don't want to risk losing. And then I'm just going to Tesla up high. Yeah, he didn't expect me to switch it up, so this is GG. There's nothing he can do, and yeah, he gives up here, so I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, in the next game here, I'm up against the Cannoneer Tower Troop, and I also see that he has the Evo Archers, so I know it's probably going to be Giant Graveyard or some kind of E-Giant deck. He goes for the Bowler in the back, so that pretty much confirms it. I just go for the Firecracker here to snipe the archers, and then I also go for a Hogrider. At the same time, he goes for an E-Giant at the bridge, so I just Tesla to the side so that he can't lightning everything, and he also has a tornado, so it's going to be a difficult matchup. I just protect my Firecracker here with Ice Spirit and Skeletons, just getting lots of Firecracker value here. And then I go for Knight and Hogrider because he doesn't have Bowler or Tornado, but he has Cannon as well, so this is a very, very hard matchup. He's got triple Hog counter. So here I just go for a Firecracker to counter this counter push here. And I do have Evo Larrys as my next card, so I might be able to go for a play. And then I go for Ice Spirit in front of this Firecracker because it will get a hit if he doesn't respond. And he goes for the Little Prince, and my Firecracker gets another lucky shot on it, so I just log it off the board. And then I have double Evos in hand, so I'm ready to make a play, and he goes for Bowler in the back, so I go for the split Evo Larry play, with Knight in one lane and Hog in the other, but he counters it well with a Cannon and a Tornado, so pretty unfortunate for me. And now he doesn't have the Evolve Knight yet, so I know I can't really get punished, so I just go for the Firecracker and the Ice Spirit to defend this knight, and then I'm just going to go for a knight to counter the bowler and protect my Firecracker. In double elixir now, I just get back to a Hogrider and pressure, and then I go for the pre-EQ to hit Little Prince, and I tried to hit a cannon but he didn't play it, so since he played that bowler I got a nice hog hit. And then I tried to protect my Firecracker here, but either archers are too good, so it goes down, but it's okay. I'm back to another Firecracker, and since he doesn't, his big spell is going to be Lightning. Firecrackers are really good in this matchup. He can't really kill them, and if he does go for a Lightning on it, that's a -3 trade, so pretty much all my Firecrackers in this game get crazy value. But now he's going in for an E-Giant push, so I go for a Tesla up high, and that's the anti-lightning position. And then I also go for Evo Larry's on the Knight, and then Evo Knight on the E-Giant, and he lightning my Firecracker, so that was a bad trade. I can just EQ his tower back, so it's basically turning into Spell Cycle. My Hogs are probably not going to get much damage for the rest of the game, and his E-Giants probably won't get any damage, so it's going to come down to Spell Cycle. And as you can see, just protecting my Firecracker there from the bowler because he can't kill it. And then going in for a Hogrider as well, logging everything. He goes for the bowler and tornado, so my Hogrider doesn't get a hit. But I can just protect this 1 HP Firecracker and go for another one. EQ that Little Prince, and he takes a good lightning there. Probably shouldn't have stacked my Firecrackers like that, but it's fine because we're up so much damage. I just log all of this, and he goes for the Little Prince ability, so I just counter that with a Ice Spirit and a Knight. Here I just set up a defense. He goes for a bowler at the bridge, so I just Hogrider like this. He tried to NATO it all to the tower, but he missed. So I just EQ and log, just cycling all my spells in the tower, slowly winning the game. It's about to hit triple elixir, so he's probably going to start going for an E-Giant push, so I go for Evo Knight and Hogrider at the bridge to pressure, and then EQ to try hit his cannon and Little Prince, but he doesn't play the cannon. He plays the tornado, and my Hogrider barely doesn't get a hit, but it's fine because I logged everything and got so much damage. I then go for a Tesla up high, so he can't lightning it, and the tower. He just lightnings the Tesla, but that's useless because my Evo Larry's just shredded that instantly. And I just need to keep spamming Hogriders and EQs and protecting my Firecrackers, and I'll just win this game easily. He goes for the E-Giant at the bridge, so I just Tesla up high like this, taking that log value on the archers, because it's literally just Spell Cycle at this point. Go for another Hogrider and EQ to pressure, and there's only 18 seconds left. He also messes up the tornado, so now I just need to get back to a log, and then an EQ, and the game is over. Alright, so in this next game I've got both my Evos in cycle, so I just go for the skeletons in the back first. And then didn't go for the Knight because he went for the balloon first play and the bats, so I just go for the Tesla and the Firecracker to counter that. Pretty aggressive from the opponent, so I'm pretty sure I just go for a Knight and a Hogrider to see what he has, and I know I'm up elixir, so I can play aggressive. He activates the King Tower with his Firecracker, and he goes for a really well-timed Snowball and Goblins, and my Hogrider just barely doesn't get a shot. So I just counter these Goblins with my Skeletons, and at this point I assume he's going to have a Lumberjack because why else would he just have a Balloon? He probably has Lumberloon. So just got to be careful about that, but it's a pretty good matchup. He probably won't have a building, so I just cycle Log on the tower, and he also has the Evolved Skeletons. And yeah, he just goes for the Lumberloon at the bridge, so I just counter that with a Knight, Tesla, Firecracker, and an Ice Spirit. Probably didn't even need that Ice Spirit, but just went for it just in case. And he uses the Barb Barrel here, so now I know he just has the Snowball in hand, so I can probably go for a split Evolved Skeletons play and try to get lots of damage. Because I also have the Evo Knight as my next card, so I split the Skellies, go Knight in one lane and Hogrider in the other. And here he actually plays it pretty well. He gets his Firecracker to splash one side and snowballs the other. But even though he killed all my Evolved Skeletons, my Hogrider and my Evolved Knight both get really good damage on both towers, so it was still a pretty good play. And now I'm waiting for him to go in for Lumberloon, because he probably will, and he does, so just counter this with a Firecracker and an Ice Spirit and a Log, and I don't have enough elixir to play my Tesla up high, so I play it low. And then he also went for the evolved skeletons, so I went skeletons and log here just to make sure. The log didn't hit anything, but just in case those evolved skeletons went to the tower, I didn't want to take any chances. So now I just go in for the Hogrider and Firecracker at the bridge to splash whatever he plays, and I also EQ that evolved Firecracker so I can just log it off the board later, and my Firecracker gets good splash damage. Just go Knight for this Lumberjack and then log the Firecracker, and then go for the low Tesla here because he tried to predict my Tesla with the Barbarian Barrel. I also go for Ice Spirit to make sure it gets no hits, and then Skeletons for those Rage Goblins. I know he's got Lumberloon in cycle, so I just go for the Knight here, and he does go for it at the bridge. I also go for a Hogrider to pressure while defending, and then Tesla and Ice Spirit for this Balloon. And as you can see, those low Teslas are really good. He tried to go for the high Bats, but he didn't get my Tesla. And the Bats do get a little bit of damage here, but it's fine because his towers are already on 800 health, so I just go in again with Evolved Knight, Hog, and Firecracker to try splash what he plays. I also EQ all of that because that's a lot of value, and Firecracker gets a really nice hit on the tower. So now his tower is really low, but Evolved Knight finishes the job. In this next game here, I just go Hog first play because I didn't have any evolution cards in my starting hand. And I see the Bats, so I get ready with my Firecracker in case he minors with this, but he doesn't, so I just go for Skeletons. I see the Mega Minion, so I don't really know what this is. Probably thinking it's some homemade deck, which it actually does turn out to be. He goes for Archers as well, so I just Firecracker for this Mega Minion. And he also has arrows, so I really need to figure out what he's playing, so I need to go for a Hog ASAP, so I go Ice Spirit, Hog, and then log this Archer so that it dies to my Ice Spirit. And he goes for a Sparky, so now I know what he's playing. I got to get ready for a defense here, and my Hog gets 2 really nice hits on the tower. So to defend the Sparky, I just go for Skeletons in the back first to get back to them later, to my Evos. I go for the Tesla as well, and he goes for the Giant. I go for Ice Spirit to try freeze everything, but he catches it with the Bats, so the Mini P.E.K.K.A goes straight to my tower. So I go for the Evo Larrys. He goes for the arrows, but he misses the Larrys, and I got really lucky here. He zapped and missed them again, and because some survived, I pressured with an Ice Spirit, and he has no spells in hand right now, so I was actually able to take the tower here, even though he went for the Archers. Really lucky game. Now I just have to defend for the rest of the game, so I just fast forward here to the end. Defending this was really easy, just distracted the Sparky with the free space I got from the tower, and then used the Evo Larrys to shred that, and it was a really easy defense, so pretty lucky game against a pretty hard matchup. So in the final match here, I go for Evo Knight in the back, he goes for the Skeletons, and then he goes for a Hogrider. I go for Tesla Pi in case he had the EQ, because I don't know if he has Hog Eq or 2.6. So I just go for a Hogrider with this Knight to figure it out, and I'll also EQ to try hit his building, but this guy goes for the anti-EQ push to the cannon. Really good play. So from this point in the game, I knew I was against a really good player, and I thought it was going to be normal 2.6, but eventually I found out he had the Knight, so it was basically just 2.6, but Evo Knight instead of the Ice Golem. So this is still a good matchup, even though he has Evo Knight. Just go for Skeletons and Knight to get to my Evos, and a Tesla ready for his Hog, which he does go for. So the way you want to play this matchup is not get out-cycled and try to out-cycle their building or just EQ it. But this guy was really good. I go in for a Hog and log to try push his Ice Spirit out the way, but he still gets the push to the anti-EQ placement, which is really, really unfortunate. If I hit that Ice Spirit maybe half a second later, the Hog would have gone straight to the tower and not to that cannon. So I just defend this Musketeer and Knight with my Evo Knight. He goes for Evo Larrys and Hog, but I just countered that easily with Ice Spirit Tesla. So my Evo Knight's going down the lane. He goes for Musketeer, so can't really support that. It's just going to counter that. He also messes up the Protect with the Ice Spirit, so I just wait to the last second to log this Musketeer in case he puts anything else in front, but he doesn't. So now going into double elixir here, my plan is to try outcycle him, so I just go Hog EQ. He pushes it to the cannon again. I have the Evil Larrys in hand, so I use them to counter this knight here. And he goes for Larrys in the back, so now I'm going for a Hogrider in the back to outcycle his cannon. So I hog the back here. Now I need to play a bunch of cards to get back to a second Hogrider, so that when he cannons, I can go for Hogrider again. I go Tesla to try DPS that Evo Knight down. I play my cycle cards, and as you can see, I'm back to a Hogrider. He's not back to cannon, so I pre-log, pre-EQ for whatever he plays. I catch the Ice Spirit, and I catch the cannon, so my Hogrider gets really good damage there. Now I got to get ready for a defense, so I just Knight Low for the Muskie. He goes for the split Evo play. I Spirit up high to bring it all in, and I log that side. But I missed one Evo Larry, so I have to use my EQ on that, but it's not the end of the world. I still took 0 damage. And then Evo Knight to counter this Musketeer. Didn't want to go Larry's in case he log predicts, which he did. So now I just go for a Hogrider with this Evo Knight and a log as well. I also go for the EQ because I didn't see he placed the cannon. He did play it late. Catch the cannon, and my Hogrider gets really good damage. So at this point, he's only gotten spell damage, so I just need to keep doing what I'm doing and I'll win the game. I go for the Evo Larrys and Hogrider. He goes for the Fireball, misses a few Larrys and just gives up. I don't blame him. Pretty impossible matchup, so that's GG. So that was the end of my little ladder push with 2.6 Hog Eq. Those are the games that got me to top 7,000 in the world, so hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video.